bouquets to our dignitaries on the dais.
ଟିକେ ସାଇଡ୍ स्पीच दिलाको प्रोसेसमा सुन्दैछु यो थोडा त्यसको कमाल की थोड़ा देखते हुए बीच में अभी तक तो ठीक बस ठीक नहीं रखना है इसमें ठीक है
Now I request all the dignitaries to please proceed for the traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. I request my dear colleagues to please present the requirements for lamp lighting ceremony.
चलिए मोबाइल चेक करो
It's very essential to pay honor to our motherland, that is Odisha. So may I request you to kindly stand for our state anthem Vande Utkal Janani and remain standing till the song is over.
Vande Utkala Janani
Thank you so much. I consider it a great honor to welcome the Registrar, Odisha State Open University, to kindly extend a formal welcome to our guests.
समस्तों को जोहार मैं रिजियनल वाइस चांसलर डॉक्टर माबाद ऑनरेबल एमएलए संबलपुर डॉक्टर राजेश्वरी पांडेय मैडम ऑनरेबल चीफ गेस्ट ऑफ दिस थर्ड फाउंडेशन डे ऑफ ओडिशा स्टेट ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी मिस्टर विवेक सामंत, the Managing Director of Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited, Pune, Professor Deepak Kumar Behra, the son of the soil, Vice Chancellor, Sambalpur University, Professor Atal Chaudhary, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Veer Surendra Sai, Institute of Technology, Burla, and our honorable collector, Samarth Verma, will be joining with us in a short while from now. Dignitaries, invited guests, senior citizens, registrars of Sambalpur University, PM University, from representative from SRID, representative from OKCL, MKCL, media friends from print media and electronic media, my esteemed colleagues and dear students. It is a proud privilege for me to Foundation Day of Odisha State Open University. Actually, a university of only 3. When the university was born in 2015, it was just a baby. Now the university is able to stand by itself, and it is your blessings, I think, it is your blessings that the university is now continuing for the third year and it's completed third year and able to stand, at least started to walking. It is only because of your kind blessings. The citizens of Sambalpur and the entire citizen of Odisha, and by their blessing, we are able to come to this stage and we are able to offer around 37 programs and cover all the districts of Odisha, right from Malkanagiri to Mayurbhanj to Gajapati. I am very much thankful to our honorable chief guest, Mr. Vivek Samant. He is the Managing Director of Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited, Pune, and he is the Managing Director since the organization was established in 2001, and he has established, I think, more than 5,500 approved learning centers all over Maharashtra, covering the metros and all the even the tribal districts of Maharashtra. And we are going to sign a memorandum of understanding. Learning. We are welcome to Odisha and particularly to Sambalpur. I am very much thankful to our Honorable MLA, Madam Panigrai. She is always with us. We seek her blessings in all our activities, and Madam is very much kind enough to extend all kind of support to us. I also welcome her to this third Foundation Day. I am also very much thankful for his kind presence of Professor Deepak Behra. Deepak Behra is after all, he is a close friend of mine. I admire him, I love him, and he also extended a great help in conducting so many workshops in the university. As you know, he is the son of the soil, and he was the head of the department of Barampur University. I welcome you, sir. Of Sambalpur University, our son of the soil. Sir, I welcome you, and happy welcome to you, and we are really grateful to get our honorable guest, Professor Atal Chaudhary. You know, he is the Vice Chancellor of Vishud, Burla. He joined very recently, I think 6 months, 3.5 months. Actually, I know Professor Chaudhary when he was an applicant for the Vice Chancellorship of our university. And from that time I know him, and we are in regular contact. But unfortunately, he couldn't attend that interface because of his personal problems. He called me a day before his interview and expressed his regret not to able to attend the interview. But I was just talking with him that we missed you, but we get you in the same place at Sambalpur. So, in a very short notice, just a formal, for an informal request from our Vice Chancellor side in the yesterday's Governor's Vice Chancellor's conference at Raj Bhavan, and we are thankful, sir, you expressed your consent, you give your consent to attend this function, and we are really grateful, sir, and we welcome to Sambalpur. Actually, you are from Sambalpur, Burla, the greater Sambalpur. Sir, we welcome you, sir. I also welcome you. I welcome all the dignitaries, all the senior citizens, all my seniors, my colleagues, the journalists, to this third Foundation Day. Actually, our the interview with our Honorable Minister, Honorable Central Minister, who is in Sambalpur, and they will be joining very shortly, and with Professor Srikant Mahapatra to preside over the meeting. Thank you very much.
Privilege of inviting Honorable Vice Chancellor, Odisha State Open University to address the guests and the students of OSU. So,
So very good morning to all of you. It's a great pleasure and privilege for me to be standing as the Vice Chancellor of Odisha State Open University on the third Foundation Day. I had conducted the first Foundation Day. I was fortunate to be the Vice Chancellor on the second Foundation Day, and I am again fortunate to be the Vice Chancellor on the third Foundation Day. So I really feel that it is an honor, it's a Chancellor, the people of Orissa have bestowed on me the faith that the society has shown to open and distance learning system in general and to me in particular, because I always feel that I am a Vice Chancellor of a new university, but for me, open and distance learning or open university is not new. Open university for last 25 years. So, to build up an excellent institution of higher learning in this part of. So, I am thankful to everybody, and I feel again fortunate to be on the third Foundation Day. Let me once again welcome our chief guest, Sri Vivek Sawant, who is the Managing Director of the Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation. Madam Beena Kamath is also the CEO. Ma'am, would you mind please standing up? She is the Chief Executive Officer. Thank you very much. She is the Chief Executive Officer of Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation. I am thankful to them for coming all the way from Pune to participate with us and share with us a new concept of what they called as the workplace-based learning, where you will join a university and from day one you will be learning and you will be earning. So it's a new concept for every university, not only for Open University, for every university. Is there a possibility that a student who joins the university from day one can he or she learn, earn and learn? So let us listen to him, and I welcome you, sir. And he will be delivering the Foundation Day lecture on the same topic, that is work-based learning, and a case study. Probably he will give a case study. I don't want to reveal which case study he wants to give, because we cannot become a case study. We are going to sign an MOU with them. So definitely he will be giving some case study where they have already experimented it. I welcome Madam Honorable MLA Dr. Raseshwari Panigrahi. She is very, very kind to us on every matter. And I also am fortunate that many meetings I get an opportunity to meet her. Otherwise, she is very busy. We don't want to disturb her on many occasions, but we get an opportunity to see her in few meetings, and then we exchange few of our thoughts and our best wishes for her career and our university. I am welcoming you, ma'am, to the third Foundation Day of Orissa Open University. Professor Deepak Kumar Behra is the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sambalpur University, and he has been a great factor for motivation for all of us. When he was the Vice Chancellor of Sambalpur University, in the interim period, he was enjoying his superannuation, and subsequently when he became again the Vice Chancellor of Sambalpur University, I have observed him in 3 phases, where his sense of guidance to us, sense of motivation for us has never decreased and never declined. And I always treat him as a friend, philosopher and a guide for this new university. And I am fortunate to have him with us today. And we will be signing an MOU with Sambalpur University. Who are in the campus will not go to the affiliated colleges, but will be touching upon the students in the campus and provide them some skill training related to communication skills, IT skills, leadership skills, entrepreneurial skills. So these few, and decision making skills, problem solving skills. So these skills will be imparted by the joint collaboration of GM University, Orissa Open University, and of course Sambalpur University. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome Professor Atal Chaudhary ji, who is the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Bir Surendra Sahib University of Technology, Burla. He told me yesterday when we met in Governor House that I am coming to your University Foundation Day. I said, sir, if you are coming to my university foundation day, please honor me by sharing the dais with us. He said, no, I'll be comfortable as an audience. I said, no, we want to hear 2-3 lines from you about your university, about our university, maybe the state of higher education in Orissa or in the country. And I'm thankful to you, sir, for agreeing to our proposal. Then the collector, dynamic collector of Sambalpur, has promised us that he will be soon joining. Professor Atanu Kumar Patti, Honorable Vice Chancellor, GM University, he was with us in Bhubaneswar yesterday, but he said that my chances of attending your program is 50-50. I said, why 50-50? He said that I am after the Honorable Chief Minister for the maybe Diamond Jubilee of GM University, Platinum Jubilee, 75 years, Platinum Jubilee of GM University. So if I get an opportunity to meet him, definitely I am coming tomorrow. Or if I don't get an opportunity to meet him tomorrow, maybe he will stay for a day to try to meet the Honorable Chief Minister of Orissa so that he can formally extend an invitation to him. But in his absence, I am also welcoming him because we will be signing an MOU. Also, we will be signing an MOU with the Department of Panchayati Raj and Rural Development. Department of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, particularly they have a Institute for Rural Development in Bhubaneswar, and they have many other institutes across the state of Orissa. And they have shown dynamism by giving us a feeler that we are ready for an agreement or MOU with Orissa State Open University, so that all the elected representative of Panchayati Raj across the state will be given an opportunity either to do a master degree course or a diploma level course or a postgraduate diploma level course on rural development and rural management. So I am thankful to the director and thankful to the principal secretary and the honorable Minister of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj Government of Orissa for agreeing to sign an MOU today with Orissa Open University. I am also welcoming all the honored guests of Sambalpur and Burla and Greater Sambalpur who have accepted our invitation are here. My sincere thanks to the students of the university. I have not called all the students. I have only called a few students, those who are probably not appearing the examination, because the examination is on. So if I give a SMS to them to attend the program, then they get confused whether they will attend the program or they will attend the examination. So only those alumni who have passed out and probably they are not appearing in the examination have been called for this program. I welcome them, and I welcome the media friends both from electronic and print media. Ladies and gentlemen, it's again I want to tell you that though it is only a 3 years old university, we have achieved many milestones in these 3 years. The greatest milestone for me is recognition by the World Bank, along with Sambalpur University, recognition of the World Bank that it is an institution which is fit for providing quality and excellence in higher education. And that is a big achievement for a university which is today celebrating its 3 years. So they have also promised around 250 million Indian rupees for the university in the next 5 years, so that we can really achieve something in the field of both quality as well as equity, because equity for Open University is a big mission, that taking the university to the unreached. People who have been deprived of quality higher education, if Open University can reach them, then it will be a great success and it will be a great service to the society and to the nation. So that is a big recognition for us. The second big recognition that we have got during the last 3 years is the Commonwealth of Learning, which is an intergovernmental organization of more than 50 countries which are members of the Commonwealth. They have given us the responsibility to prepare a diploma course in multimedia and animation. And they had given a target of 1 year, and within that period of 1 year, we could successfully complete writing the content of the diploma, and we have also designed 50 videos related to 2D animation, 3D animation, digital imaging and multimedia, and then pre-production and post-production both in audio and video programs, which are all available on the Commonwealth Learning website as well as in our website, and it is all free for everybody across the globe to adopt, to translate, to use, even for commercial purposes, because all these materials are available under open education resources, of which Orissa State Open University is a member. So I consider it a great honor and privilege that a Commonwealth of Learning has given us that responsibility of developing a complete course, a complete program on multimedia and animation. Our third major achievement, which I consider, which is going to happen today, is that the Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation and their sister organization here in Orissa, that is the Orissa Knowledge Corporation, both have come together to sign an MOU with Orissa Open University, so that at least some students whom we are going to screen, and we join hands with the industry partners. And altogether, the industry partners, the Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation and the Orissa Open University will join hands in screening some students in various parts of Orissa who will be found to be fit for industrial training and industry attachment. So it's a new concept where we are promising them that we will give them 5,000 to around 10,000 rupees as stipend during the period of their study, and if they are found to be industry worthy, industry fit, then industry will absorb them after 3 years of training that they will be undertaking through this MOU. I think it's a very innovative concept, even if the number will be small, maybe restricted to 100, 200, I don't know. We'll be discussing with them in details, but even if we assure 100 student stipend, 100 student employment after their completion, then I think it will be a big achievement for us. So I don't want to count other achievements. I just want to tell you that yes, in these 3 years, we have spread across the state of Orissa. We have established study centers in every district. Around 650 teachers who are regular teachers in our regular universities and colleges have come forward to become the part-time teachers in Orissa State Open University, and 650 teachers are on my rolls in my website who are giving training to the students and imparting both learning and evaluating the performance of the students in the state of Orissa. We are very conscious that we don't want to become competitors of regular universities, because regular university and open university also cannot run as parallel lines. That is a very clear thought which is in my mind, that they have to converge at certain point. They cannot run as parallel lines. So for convergence, we are signing an MOU with both Sambalpur University and GM University, and I just want to share with you, after I made this, I just told this before the Honorable Chancellor, 4 Vice Chancellor came to me and said that why only with GM University and Sambalpur University? I said because we are closely geographical proximity, we are staying in geographical proximity. They said no, you also sign MOU with us. So very soon, Ravenshaw University, Barampur University, Jagannath Sanskrit University, Puri, and in these maybe next maybe 7 days, we'll be signing agreements with them that similar kind of add-on courses, job-oriented, skill-oriented courses will be provided to them. I am very sure that the other Vice Chancellors will come forward, because I visualize a convergence point where Open University will supplement the regular universities. Open University will not become a competitor with the regular universities, because we cannot become a competitor with the regular universities. So our motto is to see that we supplement them and we make the students of the regular universities job ready, and that is the motto with which Orissa State Open University will be working. And once again, I would like to thank all of you for all the cooperation, help that you have extended to us. I know the kind of moral support that the senior citizens of Sambalpur have been giving to me and to Orissa Open University, and I expect.
My pleasure to request our Honorable MLA Ma'am Sambalpur Dr. Asishwari Panigrahi to give her blessings to all of us on this occasion.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Odisha Open University, we are really proud of you, Dr. Mahapatra. During these last 3 years, what you have done for this university, really very good and excellent job you have done. Again, we are very lucky to have you here as the Vice Chancellor of this university. Vice Chancellor Sambalpur University, Professor Deepak Behra, Vice Chancellor Bishop Dr. Atal Chaudhary ji, Chief Guest Sri Vivek Samant, Managing Director MKCL Pune, Registrar Dr. Jayanta Kumar Sharma, dignitaries of the dais, friends from media, both electronics and print, alumni of this university. Good evening, everybody. 10th June is a historic day in the field of education in Odisha and particularly for Sambalpur. 3 years back, on this very day, government notification was made for first open university in Odisha to be established in Sambalpur. I am deeply associated with this open university since its establishment. I am really grateful to our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, for selecting Sambalpur for this purpose. Though there was a lot of controversy and confusion, ultimately he decided for this university to be held here only. It was the most happiest moment for me when the Open Act was passed in the Legislative Assembly in 2015. Friends, you know, a great freedom fighter and a Mahayogi, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, has said, as I have read from a newspaper, that an 81-year-old has enrolled in this university himself to study rural development. What a great thing. Mr. Sarath Chandra Patnaik, a retired class 1 officer of Government of Odisha, now studying at Bhubaneswar to acquire knowledge, he has enrolled in this university. The university has given scope to all sections of society for open digital learning in Odisha. Anyone, anywhere, learning has become a distinct possibility for this because of this university. Anyone can use, reuse, recreate, adopt, and even translate the learning resources. I am happy that university is committed in promoting excellence through holistic teaching, learning process aimed at unleashing the creative potential of every student, enabling them to become catalysts of social and economic transformation for a human and peaceful world, creating a knowledgeable society in Odisha. The Vice Chancellor has narrated so many things in his speech. Odisha has joined the national mainstream as a promoter of massive open online courses. The process of land allotment for this campus is in progress, and once it is settled down, the construction will start very soon. I am sure under the dynamic leadership of the Vice Chancellor Professor Mahapatra, the very university will flourish, and I see its great future. Many sincere thanks, my sincere thanks to Vice Chancellor and University Authority for inviting me on this occasion. My best wishes to the student of this university. All the best and thank you all. I wish a great future for this university. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. Next, it's my privilege to call upon Professor Deepak Kumar Behra, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sambalpur University, to address the event. So, please.
Honorable President, Professor Srikanth Mahapatra, Vice Chancellor, Orissa State Open University, Chief Guest, Sama Director, Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation, MLA Sambalpur, Dr. Raseshwari, our Vice Chancellor, Bishut, Dr. Atul Chaudhary ji, Dr. Jayant Kumar Sharma, Jayant Sharma, Registrar, Odisha State Open University, other dignitaries of the dais, invited guests, representatives of press and electronic media, last but not the least, a student from Odisha State Open University. At the outset, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Mahapatra for giving me this opportunity to be part of this third Foundation Day. I was also privileged to attend second Foundation Day, which took place in Grand Siva Hotel, if I correctly remember. Then I was in the audience, but I really enjoyed the lecture delivered by the director IGNOU. Yesterday we are all in Raj Bhavan, and Honorable Chancellor of all State University of Odisha and His Excellency Governor raised certain points, and Professor Mahapatra, somewhere in passing, made mention about 2 points, the twin goals of Odisha State Open University. One is reaching the unreached. Second one, delivering quality education at the doorstep. You won't believe. And he was so impressed. He pronounced the same thing, reaching the unreached. Am I right, Professor Mahapatra? And he was very thrilled and said that Professor Mahapatra, you are doing a great job. I have had 3 years association, not 3 years, precisely 2 years association with Orissa State Open University. During a lean phase of my career, when I completed my tenure as Vice Chancellor of Barampur University, and before joining Sambalpur University as Vice Chancellor, I had exactly 13 months time, and I wanted to spend my time fruitfully. I volunteered myself. I said, Professor Mahapatra, do you want my help? I am a good motivator. I would like to organize some soft skill development lectures, workshop. You won't believe. He took some time, and we did it in collaboration with Orissa, our Sambalpur Public Library. This response was so good, and we received 400 applications, and student went on requesting Professor Mahapatra and I, why not you sir organize the same kind of soft skill development programs, workshop in future. And taking clue from that, when I joined Sambalpur University, I floated an idea shared one idea with Professor Mahapatra. Why not we sign MOU and you do the same job what you did in the past, and why not students of Sambalpur University take benefit of your open distance learning program. I believe, and I strongly believe, 21st century is the century for open distance learning, because Many people are busy in their own world. They don't have time to attend regular classes. And rightly said by our Honorable MLA, age is no bar. Even 81 years young, I would say, can attend classes and come out successfully in the examination. So what you need, market requirements are different and quite different. You have to have skill and you have to have some credential. And Open University provides both. There is certification and they provide soft skill. And that is why I'm sure, although it's 3-year-old baby, they have been quite successful. And I would also I would like to use this platform to speak a little bit about my university. Otherwise, I shall fail in my duty if I don't speak something about Sambalpur University as the Vice Chancellor. So yesterday, Honorable Governor raised 3 questions and I felt very delighted. First question was, have you done any tribal study? That was one question. And I said yes. And we have been doing advanced study in that area, that's vacant area. And we have put out many publications. Sambalpur University is probably the best university to give proof of advanced study in tribal studies. Second question, how often you engage your students? He was speaking about rural engagement. And I said, yes, so we have 5 departments where we take our student to field and we do month-long, rigorous, camp-based field work. Nothing more, nothing less, and he was very happy. Has anyone invited a Noblerate to the university? That was his third question. And I said, yes, we have invited a Noblerate. And all universities should emulate the footprints of Sambalpur University. And he was very happy. So, and we have also received a grant of 28 crores from World Bank, as said by Professor, precisely 27 crores, 70 lakhs rupee. And Honorable Chief Minister, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Honorable Chief Minister Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, and he was kind enough to, release a special package for Sambalpur University of 23 crores, of which we are going to use 14 crores for the construction of a outdoor stadium. And so what I feel that Open University, like many students or many young people in the remote area of Odisha are not in a position to come and attend regular classes. I'm reminded of one anthropologist, because I'm a social anthropologist by training. It was Barrier Edwin who rightly said, sending a child to the school or any institution affects the household economy. And if that is more true in case of a girl child. So many families in rural area and tribal area cannot afford to send their children, youngsters, to the school. And Professor Mahapatra again yesterday was mentioning, he had a wrong impression that rural Odisha doesn't have any connectivity. There is no internet facility. But again he said, I changed my idea after visiting many places, and I noticed that rural Odisha has very good connectivity and there are many mobile users. And now he has targeted mobile and he is disseminating pedagogy through mobile, and that's quite innovative. Why there is a match between Professor Mahapatra and I think both of us make out-of-box kind of thinking. And if you want to take your university to a greater height, all the time you should come up with new ideas. And if you follow the same old ideas, I think the road won't be good and there will be many hurdles. But when only you think, you bring innovation in education, But innovation sometimes is also, recently again I attended one conference in Banaras where Dalai Lama was the guest, and it was a conference organized by Association of Indian University where he spoke about human values in disruptive technology and innovation. It was quite impressive, and he said how we are missing human values and how modern education inculcates a sense of individualism, and how younger generation are becoming self-centric, and how they disrespect ethics and human value. That was his, point of address. And I think now I put another kind of thing, just out-of-box kind of thinking, how we can inculcate human values in modern quality education. I throw a challenge to Professor Mahapatra to respond. Thank you very much.
डिस्प्ले से कैसा उठेगा ठंडा चार्ट डिस्प्ले से चार्ट बॉर्डर है
Thank you
कैसा
so
उठेगा
much, sir, for sharing your profound knowledge with
चार्ट
us.
बॉर्डर है कैसा उठेगा
Now it's my honor to invite Professor Atal Chaudhary, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology, to address the event.
ठंडा
Namaskar to all dignitaries on the dais, friends and philosophers. So I am a little bit odd of the lot. So yesterday I found we have 17 universities. Out of the 16 vice chancellors are all from the land of Odisha. I am the only man out who is from Bengal. And very new over here, only 3.5 months. So it's a great challenge for me. And another thing is that again I am lucky that I have been given the charge of an university who is already established and renowned in the state and in the nation itself. So my job is a little bit different from the others. My job is to take the challenge. What challenge? Challenge gives opportunities, and I have to utilize the opportunities to take my institute a little bit ahead. So I want to use this August gathering for your kind blessings and good wishes, so that 3 years tenure over here can leave some footprint with respect to Visur, so that you can remember me after I go back to my own state, Bengal, after 3 years. Please, I beg your good wishes and blessings. I believe on that. As Professor Kott Sharma told, I believe it might be his good wishes. So though I missed it, but I am still in Bulda and Shumbal. So I like to tell you something about the education in India. As Professor Mahapatra told, it is not a matter of convergence, divergence. It is not a matter of complementary, supplementary. I think we are all contributing towards the education of India. So at the outset I will tell you, the students in my concept like to divide 2 categories. One is job seeker, another group is knowledge seeker. Job seekers, obviously, they come to the conventional institutes, do some courses, keeping in mind to have a good job so that you have a good and comfortable future and family life. Another class is knowledge seeker. Again, knowledge seeker have 2 categories. Somebody comes for knowledge without any requirement, just out of love, out of curiosity like this. Another comes to knowledge seeker, they want to have some knowledge for parallel or second level of earning. So let me classify that. So job seeker is clear to all of you. Some knowledge seekers say the first generation learners, there are jamidars and other things. By the time they have understood the beauty of learning, beauty of education, so they are not that need of education for earning money. But they know the beauty or need of learning. They try to have the next generation in sense. They have their long business running that. By heart, they are interested that their successors should come in their own family business, which need not education, but still they know what education imparts. So that is one group. Education is not essential for them, but they like to have the benefit, beauty, and glamour of education. That is one class. Another class is that, say the farmers group or something like that. So morning they are doing something, in evening they have free time. Say security guards. So they have enough idle time. So if they have some skill-based education, they can utilize that time for another parallel education. So these are two categories. One is job seeker and another is knowledge seeker. And knowledge seeker, there are two categories. One, just to have knowledge, to have the beauty and the glamour of knowledge. Another, as a parallel education. And I feel conventional institutes, and you know three types: conventional education, need-based education, and skill-based education. So there is a conceptual area between open education and distant education, apart from conventional education. Conventional education, everybody knows. Open university is university with an open door, academic policy with minimal or no entry requirements. Open universities may employ specific teaching methods such as open supported learning or distant education. Distant education will be part of the open education. Although the terms open education and distant education are often used interchangeably, but there are important differences. Open learning is an umbrella term for many schemes of education or training that seeks systematically to remove barriers to learning, whether they are concerned to age, time, place or space. But with open learning, individuals take responsibility for what they learn, how they learn, where they learn, how quickly they learn, who helps them to learn, and when they have their learning assessed. Entire flexibility is there. There are no time bounds, other things. Whereas distant learning, on the other hand, is one particular form of open learning where tutors and learners are separated by geographical distances. This is sometimes called a home study or correspondence course, but various modes of communication are used for distance learning, including virtual classroom with online examination system. So I think some of you have the idea. Virtual classroom means not to go to the classrooms. At any point of time, you can have your training. Say a very busy person, manager, he wants to have his MBA degree. At 2 o'clock in his hotel, he can plug into the internet and have his learning. At any point of time, he can adopt for examination. That can be online. An Indian can skip the online test if he is visiting Singapore. This is like that. That's another mode of thing. Till date, open learning in technical education is true sense is not incorporated, but soon it will become as cafeteria system. Actually, technical education, there are some difficulties to go for distance mode because there are some hands-on or experimental things are there. So that is nowadays some simulated labs, simulated classrooms are there. But still, I personally as a technical person feel that simulated environment doesn't give the actual essence of experimental things. So there are some limitations to go for giving technical education through distance mode. But soon it will come. What is cafeteria system? But cafeteria system is a very good thing. So say, if I come to an engineering degree, 4 years course, coming at 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock classes, exact semesters, non-negotiable calendars. Cafeteria system doesn't believe in that. One can finish a course in 3 years, it can be 5 years. What is that? Called cafeteria. There are so many menus, you take fish fry or chicken like that. It is like that. These are the courses. And these courses have so many credit points. In order to get a degree, you have to earn so many credit points, and there should be a prerequisite. You can go to course X if you have course M completed. And ultimately, when you credit, say 100 credit points, you are eligible to get a degree. And anytime. Some courses you can take in the morning, do some job, some course in the evening, maybe same course offered by multiple teachers at different point of time. So, student is like customer. So, teachers are giving courses like cafeteria. You choose your time and course from which teacher you want. So, your preferred teacher, your preferred time, finish it in preferred time. Once you have earned so many credits, you apply, you get the degree. So, already it has been placed in Western countries, but we are going to follow that. It is called outcome-based learning. In my opinion, distant mode technical learning is not to be encouraged, and it needs hands-on experimental exposure till today in India. Simulated classrooms, I told, that is not. Still, the simulation itself works, it is not actual. Finally, whatever be the mode, there are some teachers. So, in distant mode, there are some video lectures, our teachers, they go to video things, video classroom like that. But I believe, yesterday I also shared in front of my chancellor, I believe the teaching process follows an equation. K plus R plus A is equal to O. K means knowledge, R means resource, A means attitude. If these three can be imparted to a person, ultimately outcome is assured. I'll just elaborate this thing. I myself feel teacher is a farmer. Both are as essential as anything in our daily life. Without farmer, we won't get food. Without teacher, we won't get the light of learning. The roles are almost equal. Farmer does. He sows some seed, he nourishes it, water, gives attitude, pesticides. So if those are properly given, ultimately it becomes a plant and gives the right fruit. Similar teachers, I advise my teachers, don't try to teach syllabus-based things. I have 33 years of experience in an institute like Jadavpur University, where from coming, Calcutta. I mean, many of you heard about Jadavpur University. I am proud of that. I am the offspring of Jadavpur University. I always told my students, I never try to teach a subject students. You will be surprised to know, in the first class every semester, my first statement was, what I will teach, I won't say it in the question. And what I say in the question, that will not be taught. But in 33 years of experience, no student has failed in my subject. I follow it. I tell them I should teach a fundamental. The fundamental is clear, your answer, your confident answers. And another statement. So, if I give 5 marks to a question, you write 1 page. And if I give 10 marks to the question, you write 5 lines. That is as follows. So, realize the subject. A teacher cannot teach a subject. He can only create interest to a subject. If the interest created, a student learns himself. So, what is K plus R plus A is equal to? K means knowledge. Don't the subject, give the knowledge. Let him be eluted the knowledge, give the resource. So I am talking here so that we can do this resource and create the attitude. So human being, if these three can be equally or balanced, populated, outcomes ensured. His job, human being is ensured. So be it distance education, be it open education, be it controlled education, I think this equation K plus R plus A is equal to O stands. Before I conclude, again I pray for your good wishes and blessings so that I can do something for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your influential message. The most important event, now we are going to listen to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Vivek Samant, Managing Director, Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited, who has strategic and distinguished contributions in the field of education. So please.
Honorable MLA, Dr. Mrs. Panigrahi, who is a renowned gynecologist and professor of gynecology, and later invited to become the MLA of this constituency, and the kind of patronage she has given to this open university. I first of all wholeheartedly thank her for attending this program and investing her valuable and quality time for participation. Honorable Dr. Shrikant Mahapatra, who has invited me all the way to Sambalpur, and I am extremely delighted by his invitation. Also for the great hospitality by Professor Jan Kumar Sharma, Registrar of this Open University. I also thank for very scintillating thoughts given by both the Vice Chancellors with their experience and insight. Professor Kumar Mehraji and Professor Adil Chaudhary ji. There are very distinguished people sitting in the audience, and I really feel privileged to have their presence for this Foundation Day lecture. Actually, my association with Orissa goes 30 years back. While I was working in CDAC and building the India's first indigenous supercomputers under the for fulfillment of the dream of Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, because a supercomputer was denied to India by President Ronald Reagan, and we had to develop our own. At that time, first I came to Odisha, and I went to many states in search of talent, and I recruited best of the brains from Odisha and took them to Pune to build India's first indigenous supercomputers. Later, we decided to create the ubiquitous presence of all Indian languages on a personal computer. And that time, again I came to Odisha and found best of the brains who will bring the Odia script on the personal computers. And also it required gifted calligraphers who can do the calligraphy and bring variety of fonts to the Odia script, so that the Odia script becomes immortal in the digital age which was to come. And I am very happy that best of the artists of Odisha, I took them to Pune, and they created wonderful calligraphy. And what you see today in the digital world, many of the fonts have been created by those artists. Later, I created the CDAX Advanced Computing Training School under the guidance of Dr. K.R. Narayanan, who was later on became our President of India, and then Mr. Sam Pitroda, and trained large number of people from this place in advanced computing and software technology, and placed them in California and many leading industries in India, including Infosys, Wipro, TCS, etc. Later, my association was with Odisha State Government to create the Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited, and with the help of Mrs. Vida Kamath, who is also member of Board of Directors and of OKCL, and Mr. Manoranjan, who is very gifted son of this soil and is the CEO of Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited. In this, some of the very interesting experiments we created, and there I saw the dynamism and the love of the land the people in the government have in Odisha. The idea came that the plans and the budgets of the Gram Sabhas should be developed by the people in the Gram Sabha and should be accessible to the government, and thereby the funds to the Gram Sabhas can be given in time. And under the very able leadership of Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi, who is now working as Joint Secretary in Ministry of Rural Development in Delhi, we created the Gram Sabha Sashakti Karyakram software, and you will be amazed to know that 6,000 plus Gram Sabhas and 56,000 plus Pali Sabhas of Odisha on that day of 2nd of October 2012 sat down to write their plans, and we created the planning sheets in such a way that no Gram Sabha could do any mistake, and they will have freedom to choose. And the plans were brought in 312 blocks, and 6,000 operators were trained, and they started uploading the plans. And all the secretaries of Odisha state government sat in one room in the secretariat Bhubaneswar, and they were watching on the screen as to how many plans are getting uploaded, how many files are getting uploaded. And you will be surprised to know that there was an atmosphere like watching a cricket commentary, and somebody is playing and is making the ball hit the boundary again and again, and they were clapping. In the midnight, when we completed that, 84 lakh files were uploaded. 84 lakh files were uploaded, and that year the money could be transferred to the Gram Panchayats well in time in the month of May, which never reaches even in the March of the next year. So it reached in May and it was utilized, and Government of Odisha got the Prime Minister's Golden Icon Award for the best implementation of Panchayati Raj. And also wonderful program I got associated, and that is the E-Vidyalaya program. And with MKCL technology, again like what we deployed our best of the technologies in Gram Sabha Sashakti Karyakram, similarly best of the e-learning technologies we deployed under the very able guidance of another great lady officer from Odisha, Mrs. Usha Padhi. And you can see in the state of Odisha that our technology has been deployed in 4,000 schools of Odisha. and the children are simply enjoying e-learning. You can see there are thousands and thousands of videos on the YouTube, and there is no other state in India where e-Vidyalaya program is so successful as it is seen in Odisha. It received again so many awards for the best implementation of e-learning in the rural areas, including the difficult districts like Malkangiri. And the brilliance of Odia children, you can see in their eyes in those videos. You know, the eyes full of curiosity, and that is the basic capital of creating the knowledge society in Odisha, and that is the basic capital of creating the knowledge-led economy in Odisha in 21st century. So, actually my association with Odisha is quite deep, and I'm really feeling extremely privileged that because of Dr. Shrikant Mahapatra and his very open mind, now we will be creating an absolutely new paradigm of work-based learning in partnership with osou. I'm very happy that this occasion is blessed by Dr. Mrs. Padigrahi and other, very leading vice chancellors of this state. I will dedicate next few minutes in explaining you the ideas of work-based learning. Actually, a case study we have done successfully in Maharashtra for last 6 years in collaboration with the Yashwantrao Chauhan Maharashtra State Open University. And with that confidence, I approached many open universities, and I am very happy to tell you that one after the other, the open universities are signing agreement with NPCL, and Mrs. Kamath recently signed agreement with Tamil Nadu Open University. So we are signing agreements with many open universities in India to create work-based learning paradigm. Open universities are basically workers' universities. They are meant for the workers to derive the joy of knowledge. I was beset with 4 problems, and many of you are beset with the same 4 problems. First and foremost. Now, of course, I am beset with the problem of failure of electricity. First and foremost. But am I audible, by the way? Yes. Yes. I am solving the guidance. All these 3 things meet, then that becomes the meaningful career of an individual. So millions of youth are in search of careers, and large majority of them are having a problem that they cannot go to the colleges even if their fees are fully paid, because they have to earn something for their family, to sustain their family. Somebody is a farmer's son whose father has committed suicide, and there are 10 number of problems in the poor families of India. Teeming millions of Indians are struggling from $1 a day to go from $1 a day to $2 a day, and from $2 a day to $3 a day. Those are the kinds of problems, and large majority of youth who are otherwise brilliant are denied the access to higher education. They have to fend for their families. Problem number 1. Problem number 2. The industry in India is struggling to get quality manpower, ready to deploy manpower, and with zero attrition. Indian industry is suffering from attrition rates going from 60% to sometimes 120%. Even the leading industries like Infosys, etc., they also face huge attrition rates. And what is attrition? Attrition means you recruit the people, train them again, and they leave you again. And then you go in search of again the new, fresh recruits. very costly. Indian industry in the SME sector is very small, it's less than 21%, whereas the SME sector is growing in many developed countries beyond 80%. So larger number of people are becoming entrepreneurs. They have the opportunities to become entrepreneurs. There are multiplicity of exercisable options before the youth to become entrepreneurs and start small and medium businesses. And that is becoming the core of the economy of developed countries, whereas in India only 21%. Indian industry wants manpower with enthusiasm, with initiative, with adaptability, which are demanded as core character in 21st century reality. And they want such a manpower on flexible terms, because global economy is becoming fiercely competitive. China is not following the environmental laws and the labor laws, and the Indian industry has to struggle against it. Third challenge is that before the universities, like open universities, how to make our degree programs relevant to the needs of the industry, how to make our degree programs, relevant to the world of work, so that the students coming out of our programs are in demand. They don't have to go and knock the doors of the employers, but they are pulled by the employers. And how the world of knowledge engages in partnership with the world of work. How the university becomes the knowledge partner of the industry and thereby derives its relevance and leadership and the place of pride in the society. And the fourth challenge is that before the government and the communities and the society, and that is how to maintain social harmony by engaging youth in creative pursuits, by positively channeling the youth so that we avoid the terrorism, the Naxalism, and all problems of addiction and many other social unrest, etc. Because the youth is not employed creatively. This is the fourth problem. I was trying to work on each and every of these problems individually, and that was my mistake. Once I was engaged in the deep meditation on this problem over my morning walk, and I got the flash, and then I realized that if I follow the guidance of Gandhiji, then all these four problems can be solved simultaneously. I didn't know that. I was trying to tackle them individually. And I had almost come to the conclusion that individually these problems are unsolvable. They are stupendous in scale and severity. I remembered that Mahatma Gandhi had said once that Nai Talim is my last and the best gift to the world. Gandhiji never said this about his Satyagraha. Gandhiji said very few things about himself as such, but he said this about Nai Talim. That Nai Talim is my last and the best gift to the world. And I started thinking as to why did Gandhiji say this? And what is Nai Talim? Which is the truly Indian form of work-based learning. And then I realized that Gandhiji, once when he was in Phoenix Ashram, was compelled to teach the children in the ashram because other ashram inmates were arrested. And then Gandhiji started experimenting. You know that he has been the finest experimenter all throughout his life. Conceptualization, experiencing, experimenting and reflecting has been Gandhiji's life. He did the same thing in the area of education. And Out of those experiments in 1937, he conceptualized and formalized Naitali. And you know, at the turn of the last century, when 100 educationists were, enlisted by UNESCO, Gandhiji figured into that, along with Rabindranath Tagore. Why? What is so great in Naitali which provides us the solution? Vinobaji said that Gandhiji had invented almost everything that India is going to require after freedom. That is Vinobaji's very profound statement. I read it and then never understood it. But when I started actually thinking on the 4 problems, then I realized the rigor and the depth of Gandhiji's vision. This year we are celebrating 150th birth anniversary of Ba as well as Bapu. And so, marching on the path of Naitali with its profound principles, but the tools and methodologies of modern 21st century tools and methodologies, is the true celebration of Gandhiji's 150th birth anniversary, G150. And I am very happy that this university has decided to march on the path of work-based learning precisely in that year. It's a great coincidence and the real tribute to the father of the nation. What is Naitali? Gandhiji has engaged with many discussions in 1924 with Rabindranath Tagore on what should be the medium of instruction. Both of them have debated, and it's worth reading that debate. Medium of instruction should be mother tongue or the Hindi or English, whatever, and there is very humorous dialogue between the two in terms of letters. But simultaneously, Gandhiji was engaged in very profound question as to what is the medium of acquiring knowledge, not just medium of instruction. And by his experimentation, he has given that the finest gift, not the piecemeal work like an industrial worker, because once you engage yourself in piecemeal work, then you face alienation. Whereas you derive the joy of knowledge in the work. What is wholesome work? What is so wholesome about it? The wholesome work means the work and also socially useful and productive work. What does it mean? It means the work in which you can derive knowledge. Otherwise it doesn't become wholesome. Okay. Otherwise it is just physical labor or intellectual labor. No meaning. Alienation will again, you will suffer from alienation. But the wholesome work is the one in which you derive knowledge. And knowledge also you derive not for the sake of knowledge. There is no place for knowledge consumerism in Gandhiji's philosophy. Knowledge for more profound work, for more socially useful work. So, this learning is not an individual property. Because once you start doing some socially useful work, the learning through that work becomes a collective property. And that is how you build community, you build relationship, you connect yourself to your surroundings, and then your education becomes really meaningful. So, basically, the work-based degree program that we created is based on this concept of the so work-based degree program is based on this concept that you take the students from such families who are first trained in 4 skills. the digital skills, and you may be knowing that MKCL is perhaps the world's biggest organization which has trained 1.5 crore youth in digital literacy over the last 15 years. I happened to meet Bill Gates twice and he also admired this whole experiment. So digital skills, the most modern, the most advanced, the most recent digital skills he should acquire. No alternative to that. Because the world has become digital. Digitization, mobilization, virtualization, self-organization, social mediation. These are the mega trends of 21st century. You have to ride on the top of them to make brilliant careers of our youth. You cannot confront them. You have to ride on the top. Gandhiji also used the most advanced information technology in his times, which is a telegram. Okay. On one of the years, Gandhiji's telegram bill has exceeded that of the Viceroy's telegram bill. Okay. Yeah, you can see in Gandhiji's profile. So basically, there is no alternative to using the best of the digital technology, because thereby you reduce the material input, you reduce the energy input, you reduce the financial capital input, you reduce the labor input, and you replace it by information input or by knowledge input. So for the green lifestyle also, information technology is no alternative. So he has to be good in digital technologies. He has to be very properly trained in communication skills. He has to be trained in people skills. He has to be trained in language skills. And he has to be trained in what are called first of the job success in 21st century comes through soft skills, and only 15% job success comes through hard skills. This has been the finding of Stanford, this has been finding of Harvard, this has been finding of Carnegie Mellon. And 90% jobs in the 21st century will require digital skills. So these 4 skills, the students are first trained. And then we have large number of industry partners who have thousands of jobs to whom we give our students. On the first day, the student starts earning. An internship which is ranging from 8,000 rupees to approximately 12,000 rupees. Now, the student starts sending some money to his family. He starts working on the first day, because we have trained the industry partners also about work-based learning. See, work-based learning is not the universities are only supposed to change, the industry is also supposed to change. The world of knowledge also has supposed to change, the world of work also should change. So the appraisers in the industry, they understand their responsibility as to how to treat these students, and they train them in the place of work and start putting them in responsible positions, which you can call as apprenticeship, or you can call as cooperative learning, or you can call as internship. Once they get engaged into work, every day there are reflection sessions. Okay? And in the reflection, you work with the master, you work with the appraiser, and find out how you can make your socially useful work even more productive. How you can make your productive work even more socially useful. The industry likes this concept, and I must tell you that I have more vacancies from the industries than what number of students I can provide to them. Because the students, large number of them still want to enjoy what is called as college life, quote unquote. they don't want to suddenly start the world of work. This is a reality. So when people tell about unemployment in India, I fail to understand in actual practice, because I don't get enough number of students, as many of them are demanded by the industry. So we carry out large number of programs to connect with the 12th standard pass students to come into work-based learning program. This is the beginning of this idea in the country. Now, we engage them in service sector. We do not go. We take them into service. The manufacturing sector and the agrarian sector will be automated very fast in coming 2 decades. You will see the emergence of farm robotics, and the farmers of India will become farm managers. A robo of approximately 10,000 rupees will start penetrating the farms of India. They are at a very successful stage on the design table of several laboratories in the US. The robotics, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, nanotechnology, biotechnology and genetics are converging. And the kind of products and services they will create are still unknown to us. World Economic Forum has said that 65% of the students who are going to schools today do not know what careers they will pursue, because those careers are yet to emerge because of convergence of these technologies, which is called as Industrial Revolution 4.0. So we focus on service sector. Service sector economy in India is growing. It is demanding high quality manpower. And most important reason why we go to the service sector is that in the speed with which the automation is coming, when automation happens, large number of jobs are killed and they are acquired by the automation. But what does the automation do? Automation, wherever it stops at any given instant of time, on the boundary or on the circumference of that circle, it gives rise to very huge service sector. So the jobs inside the circumference are killed, which are traditional jobs, conventional jobs, and outside that circumference it creates huge service sector in which only human beings can serve human beings, and that creates millions of opportunities. Man, the anthropological view of man says that man is a tool building animal. Man is never going to stop building tools. Automation will continue to happen. But history of automation also shows that there is a parallel emergence of service sector which has created jobs. There were strikes in India against banking automation. The employees and the officials both pursued that strategy for quite some time, but the banking automation never stopped, and even the rural banks of India run micro ATMs and whatnot. But today, the banking sector is in need of at least 1 million of youth. There is a shortage. Why? Because of the automation, it has created a service sector. Crores of people who were denied access to banking have now got access to banking. And every day new banking products are to be designed, marketed, sold. There is a consultancy to be given, advising to be done, investment advising to be done. From that onwards to writing the state-of-the-art banking software, to writing new protocols for international secured banking, and so on. There are so many opportunities in such sectors which come after automation. So that is why we focus on service sector, and large number of service sectors in which our students are placed. They get the stipend first year 8,000, second year 9,000, third year 10,000, like that. The industries are sometimes giving even more. Some of the industries are giving 14,000 rupees per month. The value addition that they make is very interesting. And once the industry asked me that after 3 years when they get the BBA degree from the Maharashtra Open University, they will all unionize and come to us and demand the permanent jobs in our own industry. I said, this is not my education system. This is never going to happen. If they come, I will give them jobs. You don't worry. This is not going to happen. They said, how come you are so confident? I said, this is Gandhiji's education system. It is not mine. In 1937, when Gandhiji invited all his chief ministers to Wardha in Sevagram Ashram and requested them that the provincial governments are now with the Congress while the central government is still with the Britishers. Let us start Nai Talim in our states. Zakir Hussain was presiding. He said, Bapu, give me some message to begin the meeting. Bapu said, do you know about Nai Talim? Now you go ahead and create strategies of implementing it. He still insisted that you please give some message. Mahatma Gandhi wrote the message, beautiful message. He said, शिक्षा के ऐसी प्रणाली ढूंढ निकालिए जो स्वावलंबी हो और स्वायत्त हो. He gave that. Swayatta means what? It is autonomous, it is free from political powers, it is free from financial powers, it is free from religious powers, and it is free from the hegemonist or elitist knowledge powers. It should be autonomous from all these powers which try to, imprison the freedom in education. Rajasatta, Dhanasatta, Dharmasatta, and Jnanasatta. It should be free from all. So the meeting started. In the evening, Zakir Hussain arrived again. And he said, Bapu, शिक्षा की प्रणाली स्वायत्त कैसे हो, ये तो हमने ढूंढ निकाला. लेकिन वो स्वावलंबी कैसे हो, ये हम नहीं निकाल पाए. Mahatma smiled and told Dr. Zakir Hussain that शिक्षा की जो प्रणाली स्वावलंबी नहीं है, वो कभी स्वायत्त हो ही नहीं सकती. So our universities, if they have to become Swayat and Swavalambi, autonomous and self-reliant, they will have to connect with the world of work, where their students are working, where they are deriving the stipend, and portion of that is coming as fees. The university is well with the industry and so doesn't have to depend upon the government funding. In our experiment, this has been seen in the Maharashtra Open University, that as far as our program is concerned, it is a very rich, funding program for the university simultaneously. Swavalambi and Swayatta. The world of work also can be a world of knowledge, because the methodology of work-based learning is also different. It starts with action. It doesn't start with book. It starts with action. You do the work in the industry. In the evening, there is a reflection session with your boss or with your appraiser or with your mentor as to what did I do? Was it socially useful? Did I learn with adequate speed? Did I delight my customer? What was my effectiveness? All these questions come up in the reflection session. Initially there was a resistance, but later on, the appraisers in the industry started enjoying these sessions. They said, we are also gaining a lot from this kind of reflection. Our students, after passing 3 years of the degree program, never went to any industry. They never had time to unionize. In fact, they approached me in the very first batch saying that, can we finish this program 15 days earlier? I said, why? Because they said we have got permanent jobs in the other industries like Amazon and FedEx and many others, where we have to join on a specific day and we have to meet our mothers and parents at our villages, so give us 15 days clearance in advance. This is the success of this. And why this success happens is because of this particular methodology. That there is a focus on action, not on the book initially. So from action you follow the reflection. From the reflection you derive certain conclusions as to what is the sense, what is the recipe for improvement for tomorrow. From conclusions you go to pragmatic planning, and from pragmatic planning you go back to more profound action. In the reflection part, it is not just private reflection. Gandhiji talks about public reflection. You clean your heart. When you publicly reflect, saying that yesterday I made such and such mistake, and in order to satisfy my customer, and Gandhiji also said about customers that we exist for them and they don't exist for us. So you say publicly that this was my mistake and you clean your heart and then go ahead. So basically, because of this learning cycle, your learning becomes more meaningful. In this, the more important part is that there is a common objection against work-based learning, that your people, when they learn how to do the work better, but their knowledge is in the tacit form. Whereas my university graduate has a knowledge in the explicit form, and this is a very important point. Now, the reflection session gets into conclusion, which is theorization, abstraction, and that is where you convert the tacit knowledge into explicit knowledge. Once you convert that into explicit knowledge, then this graduate is equally good with the traditional university graduate, because many employers believe that the conventional university graduate is superior to the open university graduate, which has to be improved upon, their confidence has to be gained, and that is why they must have tacit knowledge where they can practically show the value addition, but they must also possess the explicit knowledge, which is theoretical knowledge, which is an abstraction over the concrete experiences. So this comes, and that is how the work-based learning starts gaining momentum, and that is how industry demands every year new people. I had said to them that, look, when 3 years are completed, these boys and girls will not be on probation. Your company will be on probation. And the same thing happened. At the end of 3 years, they said, can we retain them for 1 more year? Even the Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra State Open University runs his Open University by using 40 students of this course in entire functioning of the university. He knows every student by their first name, and he keeps telling me that your students every day bring some innovation on my table. And when 3 years were to complete for one batch, he called me. He said, can we start an MBA program on the same principles of work-based learning so that these students can be retained with me for another 2 years? I said, this is the biggest success, of a work-based learning program. So now he is devising the, I said my job is over as long as 3-year degree is given, because that girl, when she goes back to her village, she has a great dignity when she has a degree. Okay, so that is my dream, that every girl must have a degree and she should be, respected in her community. I said, my purpose is fulfilled. Now if you want to give 2 years of MBA program, you can start that, But basically what I mean to say is work-based learning is a valid alternative, tested and proven. Many offerings, many variants of work-based degree program exist. We have to derive the principles from Gandhiji, but use the most modern techniques of 21st century. And finally, I will comment on only one aspect of unemployment and then conclude, because that is very burning in the minds of youth. The youth feels that they may lose jobs after the advent of robotics in coming decades. There are reports that 69% jobs in India will vanish. Okay, and people are horrified by such, futurism. The most important thing that we have to realize is that yes, robotics is going to come, but robots are only producers; they are not consumers. So what is happening in the developing world? That robots will do production, okay, and the jobs will go, so the purchasing power will decline. So, but who will sell, who will buy those products? Who will be having the purchasing power ultimately? So, the new economics is coming up, wherein the production houses will have to give very large social dividends. And out of those social dividends, schemes like universal basic income, like we have employment guarantee scheme, there will be income guarantee schemes. Universal basic incomes will be provided to the poor and disadvantaged. Otherwise, this planet of 750 million cannot be sustained. Already there are so many disparities. So this will come. And then many experiments in the world, including that in Kenya, have shown that once you take care of the basic subsistence of the common poor people, they become very creative. They don't start drinking. People tell that in Russia, they were taken care of, but they started drinking vodka. Yes, because in Russia they were denied freedom of expression. That is the reason. Under communism, they were denied the freedom of expression, and that's why they went to vodka. That doesn't happen. Many experiments in poor countries have shown that once universal basic income is given, people start engaging in creative pursuits, and large number of jobs are created out of that. In Alaska, where Mrs. Kamath stayed for several years of her life, the dividend fund created 10,000 jobs in next 3 months once it was started, because people engage in creative pursuits and start creating new economy. So basically, once you are deriving knowledge out of your work and creating more profound work, a different kind of society emerges. Society based on more justice, peaceful society, creative society, more human kind of society, more cultured society you can create. So the divorce between work and knowledge can be concluded, can be stopped. Finally, because that is the power of the new technologies which is coming in their hands, and those are the kind of sectors you are going to restore biodiversity. Because that is the kind of genetics, that is the kind of genomics, proteomics that is emerging. You will restore many vanishing species on the planet, and this generation is becoming very sensitive to that. You are going to model every cubic meter of oceans, you are going to model every cubic meter of atmosphere and manage them with this technology. And those are the new jobs which are coming up. 69% of the jobs, old jobs are going to vanish, but new jobs are going to come. The jobs for the hand and the job for the head, many of them are perhaps going to vanish, but the job for the heart are coming, because we have not still used our heart for the betterment of mankind and for the betterment of planet. The world is waiting for the heart to be actually to be awakened, and those are the kind of careers people are going to enjoy. So work-based learning has a very large, canvas. It should not be considered just as apprenticeship. Somebody is going to pay something to some poor fellow. This is not that. Work-based learning has a very large vision given by Gandhiji as an answer to the burning problems of India. And finally, the word learning is very interesting. English language could have spelt it like turning or burning, but it has not been spelt like that. It has a very peculiar spelling, Learning, etc. When I look at that word, I feel that learning is not an original word, it is a derived word. The original word in that is when you remove L from that. If you remove L from that, what remains is earning. And L means leads to. So learning is a process which leads to earning. Learning is never complete unless earning takes place. And what is that earning? Earning that self-confidence, earning that source of self-reliance, earning that self-esteem, earning that source of self-actualization. That is learning. What do you want more from learning and from work-based learning? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your deep insight into an innovative field of workplace-based learning in the 21st century. It will be our pleasure to listen to you again in our future events. And now is the time to release our University Profile 2018. I request my colleagues to please provide the University Profile to our dignitaries. The profile is like a mirror. It contains brief write-ups on major activities undertaken by the university during the last 1 year. Now may I request the dignitaries in the dais to release the University Profile 2018. May I request my colleagues to please provide the University Profile to our guests also. For the first time, for the ease and benefit of the learners of Odisha State Open University, the university is going to start online admission through mobile app osou. The objective of launching the app is to increase the access of learners to the admission of the university through Android mobile phone by anyone at any time and anywhere. The icon can be located at the home screen of OSU mobile app named as online admission. The students can fill the admission application form, upload their required documents and pay their program fees through online payment for the admission. May I have the privilege to request our chief guest, Shri Vivek Samant, MD MKCL, to please inaugurate our online admission app through OSU. The screen shows the welcome page with the logo of Odisha State Open University. The next page displayed is the home page where the visible icons are about various activities of OSU, and among them is online admission icon. On pressing that, you will be directed to online registration portal, and further you will be directed for stepwise admission process. Here you can view various programs. Now you can fill up your application form by filling your name, study center and all other details. And you can submit that. And finally you will be proceeded towards the payment gateway. Thank you so much, sir, for inaugurating our online admission through our mobile app OSU.
We thought that the students need not go to a common service center or to a cafeteria, cyber cafe. They can sit at home, use their mobile, because every student is using a smartphone. They can sit at home and fill up the form and even make payment to the university through the online payment gateway. So we have made it comfortable for the students to take admission.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Today we are going to witness a historic event. Odisha State Open University is going to sign 4 memorandum of understandings. with GM University, SIRT and PR, Sambalpur University and MKCR. First of all, may I request the Registrar of Orissa State Open University to sign the MOU of Sambalpur University and of course the Registrar of Sambalpur University, and then provide the MOU copies to Honorable Vice Chancellors.
Idea behind signing this MOU with Sambalpur University is that we will be establishing a study center in Sambalpur University campus. The faculty members in Sambalpur University will provide the teaching to the students. The target audience are the postgraduate students who are enrolled in the different programs of Sambalpur University. And in the first semester and third semester, we will be offering them some skill-based courses. We will be charging a nominal fee of 500 rupees only from the student. That includes providing them the study material, that includes their classes, that includes their examination. And finally, the students after the training, hands-on and theoretical training, when they will successfully complete this program, it will be reflected as a non-credit add-on course in their grade card issued by the Sambalpur University. So that the students, when they go to the market for a job, in addition to the normal hard courses, hard skills that they have earned from Sambalpur University, they will also be assessed for earning some non-credit skill-based job-oriented courses from Orissa State Open University. That will be a value addition for them.
May I request respected registrars to please provide the MOU copies to the Honorable Vice Chancellors so that they will be exchanging the MOUs. It's a great moment for both Sambalpur University and Orissa State Open University. Congratulations to both the university to enter into a new journey for work-based learning or vocational learning. Thank you so much, sir. Secondly, it's a great privilege to request the Registrar of Orissa State Open University to sign the MOU with Gangadhar Mehar University. I would like to request the Registrar of Gangadhar Mehar University to please sign the MOU and then provide the copy of MOU to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Orissa State Open University. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gangadhar Mehar University has authorized the Registrar, Gangadhar Mehar University, to exchange the... Oh, great, great, sir. Thank you so much. It's really great. So it's to please provide the MOU copies to Honorable Vice Chancellors to exchange the copies of MOU. So Honorable Vice Chancellors exchanging the copy of MOU of Gangadhar Mehar University and Orissa State Open University. Again, great moment for Orissa State Open University. Congratulations to both the universities. Thank you so much, sir, for extending your support to our university.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, I extend my request to the Registrar of Orissa State Open University to sign the MOU of Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited and then provide the MOU to Honorable Vice Chancellor Orissa State Open University and Honorable Director MKCL to exchange the copies of MOU. Another great moment that Orissa State Open University, for the first time in the state of Orissa, we are participating in workplace-based learning. I hope it will be a grand success for the state of Orissa and for the Orissa State Open University as well. May I request the CEO ma'am to please be on the stage in this very important event for our university and for MKCL as well. Yeah, I request all the dignitaries to please be a part of this moment. I request Honorable Director MKCL and Honorable Vice Chancellor Orissa State Open University to exchange the copies of MOU in presence of the Manoranjan sir also. One more great moment for Orissa State Open University and MKCL to step forward for work-based learning. Congratulations. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all the dignitaries on the dais. At the end, may I request Registrar Sir to sign the MOU of SIRT and PR in presence of representatives from SIRT and PR, Dr. Subrat Kumar Mishra and Abhay Kumar Mullik. Sir, please come forward. Provide a MOU to the representatives of SIRT. Yes. State Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj. Again, it's a great moment because we are being into rural immersion programs for rural development by signing a MOU with State Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj institutions. The representatives of SIRT and PR on behalf of Director SIRT and PR, Sri Manas Ranjan Devta, who could not make it to the function, are there to sign the MOU. Thank you so much, sir. Again, great moment for Orissa State Open University.
Would you like to say something on behalf of State Institute of Rural Development? Please go ahead.
I would like to request Dr. Subrat Kumar Mishra to please share his words on behalf of SIRT in here.
Respected chief guests and delegates in the dais. Actually, State Institute of Rural Development, that is the premier training and research institute. I actually this agreement that we are going to sign, that we have signed with Odisha State Open University, that is quite distinct and distinguished. Because Odisha State University is one of its kind, which reaches to the last mile at affordable cost. And Panchayat Raj Department, Panchayat Raj and Drinking Water Department, we are also very committed to development of the last mile. So here actually we have realized when institutions function badly, poor suffers. Therefore we want to capacitate our elected representatives of Panchayat Raj institutions and other cutting edge functionary. They should be equipped properly so that we should impart knowledge, we should develop their skill, and we should modify their attitude also. So that is the first motto of our capacity building program, and after having a MOU with the State Open University. So that is number one. Then number two is, actually we have seen that the link between democracy and development is not automatic. We have seen in many Gram Panchayats, when a very small elite, they take the major economic decision and policy decision, ultimately the poor suffers. So therefore, we want to keep our elected representatives of Panchayat Raj institution. They have to bring a sense of participation and accountability to the democracy. Okay. So therefore, once upon a time, many people are questioning us after 73rd constitutional amendment whether the panchayats they are really fit for democracy. Then we respond, panchayats will be fit through sharing the benefit out of the development program. It is indeed a great pleasure and privilege, and the state is absolutely delighted to having a MOU with this State Open University. I hope this will go further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Again, a great moment for Odisha State Open University and Panchayati Raj institutions to work in a new venture. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor Odisha State Open University to present mementos to our dignitaries. May I request my colleagues to please present mementos to Honorable Vice Chancellor.
This is our art. Let me just show you. Madam, it's a great privilege and honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. There is an end to everything, but we believe that there is never an end, but always a beginning. Thus, to conclude for today, I request Mr. Jyoti Prakash Mahapatra to extend the vote of thanks.
अंतिम पर्याय को आपन स्वागत आपण मानकु आम विश्वविद्यालय तरफ मु आंतरिक धन्यवाद जनाऊँगी महाराष्ट्र नॉलेज कॉर्पोरेशन रो मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर श्री विवेक सामंत सर को से जो नुआ प्रोग्राम टी आरंभ कले एवं तांकर जो भाषण थिला ताको मु एकदम सुनिछि बापू को जीवन सहित रिलेटेड भाषण से जे बोलले सेति में तांको आंतरिक शुभेच्छा मैडम पाणीग्राही राजेश्वरी पाणीग्राही एमएलए को आम विश्वविद्यालय तरफ धन्यवाद सब बेले आशीर्वाद एवं शुभेच्छा आम विश्वविद्यालय प्रति रही मु धन्यवाद अर्पण करी गंगाधर मेहर यूनिवर्सिटी एवं संबलपुर विश्वविद्यालय को आम सहित एमओयू साइन कर संबलपुर यूनिवर्सिटी माननीय कुलपति को धन्यवाद अर्पण करी स्टेट समस्त सज्जन मंडली और सूर्यवृंद को विश्वविद्यालय तरफ धन्यवाद मोर समस्त सहयोगी को इवेंट को सक्सेसफुल कर आम लीडर कुलपति श्री श्रीकांत धन्यवाद।
I very humbly invite all the dignitaries and guests to join us for lunch. Yeah, there will be a national anthem.
May I now request the dignitaries and all of our guests to please stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु
मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल
गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाए तब जय गाथा जन मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you so much. I request all the guests to please proceed to OTDC for the lunch. Lunch arrangement has been done for all of our guests.
The program is formally over now. Thank you.